Can I? Very quickly, my brain's going. Janet, we've been talking about the next thing that we're going to do is a documentary for 4 disabled women who's going to talk about their sexuality. And that's the next, I'm hoping that's going to be the next Sisters of Frida event, but I'm still looking for the time to write a funding bit for it. But I'm going to give it back to Michelle.
Yeah, just to kind of echo what Ruth said, I think it's really important that as long as we have segregated services, we're never going to have inclusion. And I think it's important that we do continue the struggle and fight for disabled people to recognise that. And I think even for we keep using you, Becky, because you're here, is that young people do need to be aware that what segregation really means. And I'm not saying that they don't understand it. I think, the moment, and I can't remember where the quotes come from, give someone a job and they forget that you still got to fight for our freedom. And I think because we have an accessible bus or we have access around, it doesn't mean we've achieved our freedom, because you can only have one wheelchair user on the bus. And I think we do really need to take people back to the basics to really understand, look, we haven't achieved and we haven't got full equality. And also, Eleanor, when you started off and you started asking Becky questions about which identity is important to you, I'm just kind of paraphrasing what you said. I'm so glad, Becky, when she said, well, they're all important. I was sitting there really worried, my knees were all going jingling, thinking, please don't say it's this. And when you said, well, it's all important to me, I am who I am, that's fantastic. And I think the moment we start having to compartmentalise different bits about us, that's wrong in itself. We are who we are, and we need to be recognised who we are. This is just a platform. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I think to continue from what Ruth said, I think we should say that this is the beginning of something great. Let's hope tonight. So, Karen, Janet, do you want to come back or not? Or
sorry, does anybody on the floor have anything burning they'd like to say?
I thought it was very interesting. You spoke about the million women march in India, because we were paying much attention to that here in Occupy, because we're very interested in the struggle for food sovereignty and Vandana Shiva's work and stuff. So it was just great to hear that you actually went there for a start and met some of those amazing women. And yeah, indeed. It's interesting too that it was women, because women are now, I believe, Julie does a lot of work with the UK Food Group, and you know more about food sovereignty than I do probably, but I think it's 70% of women in the world 70% of farmers in the world are women, but also that means that they're more liable to fall victim to farming accidents and incur harm or injury. And very much the least heard, yeah. But are supplying the world with the food we're eating here in London today, which is very, very, very unacknowledged. So I'm just saying that it was wonderful to hear that reference, because I wasn't aware of that there were any people from our world, the first world, or the Western world attending. So if nobody else has anything to say, I'd like to hear more about that.
Can I just make one comment?